gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap, I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court, from the DC school. I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. It's UPK until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty, make me this hit man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jail. Shit, I needed help. But Twan was locked up in the judge put man on the shelf. Heavy cry cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with my grinding. Now I ain't trying to prove shit to nobody but Muhammad. Cause most these niggas lie and pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last. Then God, I hope you accept my atonement. Cause all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I wasn't taking. Decisions that I made from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I wasn't taking. Decisions that I made from the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster.
I think that's what we did. I think the last time I had something to do with me and you. But, what's that? That was power. Cut that music off. Nah, you said right here. Sit. Alright. You guys muted? Alright. You don't have it muted, brother. You don't have us muted. Alright, shalom. Shalom. Alright. Give it up for the UPK. Shalom. With the Israelite School and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West. Why does it sound like that? Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Shalom. Under Commanding General Yohana since 1969, man. Today is the Israelite School UPK Sabbath Service. This is the Charlotte Sabbath Service. Me and Priest Baaz, man, we about to go ahead and get it on, man. All right.
means to stand. Up in Yaquadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew.
Hold on, brother.
Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabashamayim,
Shabashamayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwaka,
Malathwaka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazaka,
Atazaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'arataza,
Baharataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Natalanawa,
Talanawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal,
Cow,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaklanawa,
what's a Locklanawa,
Kabawathnawa,
Kawathnawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawathinawa,
Kawathinawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Tabayanawa,
Tabayanawa,
Barasaya 1,
but I say one,
Abal,
Abal,
Hawashanawa,
Awashanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wathapara,
Ratapara,
Lawalamiam,
Lawalumyam,
Aman.
in the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name,
hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our debt.
as we forgive our debtors,
We forgive our debtors.
and lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushua,
Baba Kusha,
Baba Kushah,
Nathalanawa,
Nathalanawa,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Larpa'ah,
La Rapa'ah,
Ka Makala,
Ka Makala,
Waka Marawa,
Waka Madawa,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Atahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Matazarayim,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Lahakrium,
Lahakium,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Hakak,
Hakat,
Arakawath,
Arakawath,
Hatama'ala,
Atamaala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashin,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Bahashim Yahushua,
the water Aman.
the water in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua,
Yahushai,
please
please
give us the power
give us the
power to heal
power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean spirits,
the power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out
cast them out
in the name of
in the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai,
Wa Yahushua.
Wa Mayaka Allah,
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahayim.
Batazabiyah,
Batazabiyah.
Alawap Yahana,
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapyim,
Alawapim.
Hasaranyim,
Hasaranyim.
Hakwatazayanyim,
Hakwatazayanyim.
Hakoyoyoyim,
Hakoyoyim.
Waha Akwatiyim,
Wahawathim.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushua.
the water Aman.
The water in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushua.
and Yahushai,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And Salakia. And the angels.
and the angels,
Commander General Yohana.
Commander General Yahana,
The generals.
the generals,
The captains.
captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of
in
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah.
Ayanya,
Ayanya.
Ahahariam,
Ahahariam.
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah.
Isariah,
Isariah.
Isariah,
Isariah.
Ma'aim,
Ma'aim.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Shamayam,
Shamayam.
Wa'arataza,
Waharatazah.
Ayathan,
Ayathan.
Lamawat,
Samawat.
Regalka,
Regalka.
Al Yanawam,
Ayanawam.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Hana,
Hana.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yanawam,
Yanawam.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Yayashan,
Yayashan.
Shawamar,
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazalka,
Tazalka.
Al Yad,
Al Yad.
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka.
Yawamam,
Yawamam.
Hashamash,
Hashamash.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yakaka,
Yakaka.
Wayarak,
Wayarak.
Balayala,
Balayala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka.
Makarai,
Makarai.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Athnapashka,
Avnapashka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yashamar,
Yashamar.
Tazaathka,
Tazaathka.
Wabawaaka,
Wabawaaka.
Mayatha,
Mayatha.
I will
All right, I will in the English. I will lift up mine eyes
lift up mine eyes
unto the hills.
to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
Whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from
My
Yahweh,
help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not
will
slumber.
not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasha'Allah
that keepeth Yashar'Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth
and even
and
forevermore.
even forevermore. This is Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Al Damayalaka,
Al Takarash,
Al Takarash,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
Wa Al Tashakwat,
Al
Al
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabika,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawam,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al Aimaka,
Aimaka,
Ya'irayamwa,
Yawayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'itazawa,
Yaitazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakira,
Wanakakidam,
Magalia,
Magaya,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yashala,
Sham Yasha'Allah,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Tazawa,
Nawa Tazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Ayaka,
Baryath,
Mariath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashimai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawaaba,
Mawaaba,
Wahagariam,
Mahagarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa Imawan,
Wayamawan,
Wa Imalak,
Wayamalak,
Palashath,
Palashath,
I'm Yeshabia,
Amyashabia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Sarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadium,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kayabian,
Kayabium,
Banakal,
Manakal,
Kwayashwan,
Koyashwan,
Nashimadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayandara,
Bahayanda Ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Ya Mawab,
Ka'irab,
Kayarab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Manai,
Kal Nasayakamwa,
Kal Nasayakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarashah,
Nairashah,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ath,
Na'awath,
Na'awath,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya,
Lapanya,
Rawaka,
Rawaka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash,
Daba Ira Yaira,
Tabayara Yaira,
Wakala Haba,
Wakala Haba,
Dalahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Daradatma,
Tabadatma,
Basa Iraka,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Daba Halam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kualawan,
Kualawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Aid,
Ayaid,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakapawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kaya Atha,
Kayatha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Ayawan,
Al Kaharataza.
Akaha in the English. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee
they that hate
have lifted up the head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted against
and consulted
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden ones.
They have
They
said,
have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
being a nation,
that the name of Yasha'Allah
that the name of Yashar'Allah
may be no more
may
remembrance.
be no more remembered.
For they had consulted together
For they have consulted
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
Tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab
and the
and
Hagarenes,
the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gabal
and Ammon and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also
also
is joined with them.
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Sabah
as Zabah,
and as Amunah,
as Ammon,
who said,
said,
let us take to
let
ourselves
us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth they wood,
as the fire burneth their wood,
and as the flame
and as the flame
setteth the mountains on fire.
setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and trouble forever.
trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High
art the Most High
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Sorry. La Yashala. Yashab, this means to be seated.
All right, when we left off, let's pick up from the last verse of chapter we left off.
Numbers 15 and 36 is where we should be starting.
You said Numbers 15
and 36.
Let's get it.
Kind of one kind. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, starting at verse 36 in the Hebrew. Waya Taza Ya Awa. Athawa. Kal. Ha'ida. Al. Makawa Tazawa. Salakia. Makawataza.
Where you at?
36. After Al. Makawa Taza.
Wayataza. Wayataza.
Makawataza.
Makawataza, yeah.
Okay. Makawataza. Lama Kana. Waya Ragamwa. Athwa. Ba'abunyam. Ba'abunyam. Waya Math. Ka'ashar. Tazawath. Salaki. Tazawah. Yahweh. Ath. Mashah. Verse 37. Waya Amar. Yahweh. Al. Mashah. La Amar. Verse 38. Dabar. Al. Bunya. Yasharallah. Wa Amarath. Alaham. Wa Aishwa. Wa Aishawa. Laham. Taza Taza Yatazaf. Al. Kanapya. Bagad Yaham. Ladaratham. Ladaratham. Wana Thun. Al. Tazayat Tazaf. Hakanap. Path. Pathayal. Dakalath. Verse 39. Wahaya. Lakam. La Tazayat Tazath. Wara'ah Yatham. Athwa. Wazakartham. Ath. Cow. Matazawath. Yahweh. Wa Aisha Yatham. Wa Aisha Yatham. Atham. Wala'ah. Thath Rawah. Akariyah. Lababkum. Wa'akarya. Ayanayakam. Ayanyakam. Ashar. Atham. Zunyam. Akaryaham. Verse 40. Lama'ain. Tazakar. The Zakarwa. The Zakarwa. Wa Aisha Yatham. Aisha Yatham. Ath. Cow. Mataza Wathalia. Waha Yayatham. Waha Yayatham. Wahayayatham. Quadashiam. La'ah Lahayakam. lahayakum. Verse 41. Anya Yahweh alahayakum. Ashar hayataza athia. Hawa hawataza athia. Athkam ma'arataza. Matazayak Matazarathayam. Salaki. Matazarayam. Lahaya Wath. Lakam. La'a Lahayam.
I think that's loud Yahum.
Hmm?
I think that's loud Yahum.
It's a in between the laws.
Loud.
La'al.
Loud Hayum. I'm sorry, loud Hayum. That's loud.
Lahayam.
That's what I'm saying. But I think it's loud, like loud, L-A-L, loud. Loud Hayum.
Lahayam. Anya Yahweh. Allahayakam. And this is Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Wayakwak or Wayakwaka. Kwarak. Bun. Yataza Har. Bun. Kwahath. Bun. Laoya. Wadathan. Wadathan. Wa'a. Bun. Wa'a.
You see, I'm so lucky, but you see what I'm saying about the la, the la, the A and the L and the la again?
La, sir.
Why you say that?
Because of the la and the I after that.
And then there's another la.
Come.
So it's together. They put them together. You had to put them together. La hayam.
I never learned that.
So you never learned that you could put two words together, 3 words.
Three letters.
Yeah, we just did a name for a brother. Or we were just trying to do a name, and that same thing came up.
Okay.
It's the la. It's like it's together. That's why I even asked about that.
Okay, no sir. I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying
I'm just
I
asking,
never heard that. No.
But it sounds better than, well, to me it would make more sense to say la hayam than la. You see what I'm saying? La hayam.
Okay.
I'll ask about it though.
I get what you're saying though.
Go ahead.
I just didn't know that rule. I forgot what it was. Bun Lauya Wadathan La'a Bayar 16 verse 1. Wa'ab.
Okay, did you go ahead one more verse, right?
No, that's it. It's the last one.
The last verse, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Wa'abya rum. Bunya. Allah Ya'ab. Wa'a one. Bun. Palaf. Bunya. Ra'a Waban. Ra'aban. Yeah, Ra'aban. And that's the end of verse 16, verse 1. And in the English,
we're going to do 2 and 2. So you read 2 verses, 2 Hebrew verses, and I'll read 2 Hebrew verses.
Come.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 15, and verse 36.
Go ahead.
And all the congregation brought him without the camp and stoned him with stones, and he died as the Lord commanded Moses. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, verse 38, speaking to the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Read it again, boys.
Verse 38, speaking to the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Why does the Israelite school UPK practice the righteous acts? Even in our clothing, like we wear some of our garments, though. Our garments, not our undergarments.
Right.
A t-shirt, that's an undergarment. Your boxers are undergarments. A wife beater is an under. I seen people put fringes on wife beaters before. You ever seen that? You ever seen that? I seen somebody like that. I don't know who. I remember it's a visual in my head of somebody wearing fringes on their wife wife beater, whatever they call it. So, but here in the ISPK, we wear the correct warlike apparel for men. Sisters could wear fringes too. I seen some fly sisters with fringes on and stuff like that. But here we wear our, either on our jeans or when we go to camp, we have the military apparel. But everything is supposed to, Israelites, or the custom of the Israelite men was to look like men, masculine. And a lot of that, like if you ever seen the Native Indians, the Comanches and the Apaches, when they went to war, but they had warlike apparel and they had fringes on those apparels.
Right.
That's a commandment that you learn in the Bible. Read it again, Boz.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speaking to the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes.
And bid what?
And bid them.
And bid them. What does the word bid mean, Boz? Like give them an order.
Yeah, kind of.
It's an order. That's why we do it. It's an order from the Lord to wear fringes on our garments. So that's why we do it. Now, brothers can go and now you can go to the beach and you can enjoy family time. You don't have to wear your fringes all the time. We wear them. We mostly wear them when we're doing priest work. We don't wear like that T-shirt with the fringes and what they call the curtain, the little curtain things. Yeah, we don't do that. So go ahead.
So like I said, at my slavery, it was a fake Israelite from another camp that shall remain nameless.
Right.
But they affiliated with that purple.
Right. Well, go ahead.
And the first thing he said to me was, why you don't wear no fringes?
Right.
And we had the slave.
Right.
Because he had his little T-shirt on with his fringes on at the bottom. So, they
don't understand. And like I said, they don't have the proper teaching.
Right.
Commander General Yohana in this school has taught us correctly. And he was taught correctly in One West. So anybody else is just faking the fun. We don't listen to them. We don't learn from them. We learn from who our teachers.
Right.
So
I quickly corrected them.
Yeah, I mean
we don't wear fringes on our T-shirts, brother.
Right. Well, he don't understand. And it is what it is. Go ahead.
I broke it down to him. I told him T-shirt is undergarment.
It's an undergarment, right? Go ahead. Keep reading.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments,
right,
throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Right, and then we then we put a ribbon of blue. I'm not going to stand up and show you, but a lot of these brothers, when they wear fringes on their jeans, on their garments, they lace them up with a ribbon of blue. Right. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Verse 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Most High.
And it's a reminder. It's like for a reminder to know that, look, you're distinguished amongst the nation, to know that what you're supposed to do is remember and keep the commandments of the Lord.
Right.
You do this when we go to camp. We know what we're doing is because it's a commandment from the Lord. It's like following an order. That's what it's for. Now, the fake Israelite groups are, they think that, it's just, so they can look at it and be like, oh, we got to keep the commandment today. No. Basically saying that you know who you are. You have an identity now.
Right.
You have an identity as a nation. You gotta keep a certain. You gotta live a certain way. You can't be sidetracked and you can't be derailed from this. And you can't be persuaded out of this for nothing in this world.
Right.
For nothing, for no one, for a job raise, for a promotion. Like that's and of course we're in our captivity. We're in our captivity. We learn who we are. And I mean, some of your slavery might not let you wear. Like, you got to wear a certain dress code. Like some slaveries, I mean, we call here slaveries. We call them jobs. Some slaveries might require for you to I don't know, wear a suit and a tie.
Right.
And if you put a fringe on it, they're gonna look at you like, man, get that, go home. It ain't about that. You're not compromising anything because you are in captivity. We are in captivity. So we do this when we practice this priesthood. When we come in here, when we in brotherhood, when we doing our feast days, when we go to war on the campsite, when we go to on the street corners and teach this Bible and teach this scripture and prophesy. Because to us, it's like, okay, this is what the men of war would do. Go ahead.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Most High,
Right.
and do them,
Right.
and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
So that you don't do what you desire. So that you know that you are supposed to do what the Lord desire.
Right.
You're supposed to fulfill what the Lord wants from you. Like it was just a sign. The Lord said you distinguish yourself this way. You wear a certain apparel because basically you got on a whole different culture now. You no longer wear the Louis Vuitton, I mean, I'm not saying you can't wear that stuff, but now you have a whole different spirit on you. And that spirit is going to remind you that you're supposed to keep this type of stuff all the time. You're supposed to follow the commandments. You're supposed to, know that you ain't supposed to just go out and do your own desires. Read on.
Verse 40, that ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your power.
And be what?
And be holy unto your power.
And be what?
And be holy unto your power.
And be separate from America.
Right.
Separate from the thoughts of this world. Separate to your power.
Right.
Separate to your God. That's what this means. Like, the Lord wants the children of Israel to be separate for him, to him, holy unto him, because he said he's holy. Go ahead.
Verse 41, I am the Most High your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your power. I am the Most High your power.
And the Lord said, I'm your power. I'm your God that brought you out of the land of Egypt. The Lord is letting it be known right here clearly, like, listen, you doing what I say, because I brought you out of that captivity.
Right.
I brought you out of that hellhole when you were serving in Egypt. And the same thing he's going to do to us here in America, here in this society, here in this place. He's going to bring the children out of Israel out of this captivity also. Soon enough. Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, and Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men.
Took men. Go ahead. Read the next. No, I think you're on verse. Okay, verse 1.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. Go ahead. Read up. Take it from the Hebrew.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 2 in the Hebrew. Waya kwamawa, or waya kwamau.
Let me see. Verse 2. Wayakwamwa.
Wayakwamwa. Lapanya. Masha. Wa Anashim.
And for any new viewers, what we do here on the Sabbath service, brothers, we read what they call it the Tanakh. The Tanakh is just the Bible in the Hebrew. I think it's mostly the Old Testament.
Come.
The Old Testament in the Hebrew, and it's written in the Assyrian today, but we're pronouncing it in the Lashawan Kodash in the ancient Hebrew, because here in the Israelite school UPK, we study, we read Hebrew, we translate words. We got Hebrew scholars that teach us what these words mean, because Hebrew is nothing like English, it's nothing like Latin, it's nothing like Spanish. It's a whole different spectrum of a language. Read on.
Come. Wa anashim. Mabanya. Yasha'ala. Kamashim. Wa ma'athim. Nasha Ya'aya. Aida.
Which one is that? What verse you in? 3?
2.
2?
Nasha Ya'aya.
Yeah, that's right.
Aida. Para'aya. Mawa'id. Anasha. Shum. Verse 3.
I can show you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Verse 3. Go ahead.
Waya Kwahalwa. Al. Masha. Wa'al. Aharon. Waya Amarwa. Alaham. Rabah. Lakam. Kaya. Kal. Ha'ida. Kalam. Kodashim. Wabathawakam. Wabathwakum. Yahweh. Wamad. Wamad. Wa'ai.
Wow, yeah.
Thath.
Thun.
Thun. Sha'awa.
Yeah, Thun shower.
Al. Quahal. Yahweh. Verse 4. Wayash Ma'ai. Masha. Waya Paul. Al. Punyawa. Verse 5. Waya Debar. Al. Parak. Wa'al. Kal. Idathwa. La'amar. Bakwar. Wayadai. Yahweh. Ath. Ashar. Lawa. Wa'ath.
Hakwada. Let me see. Hakwad the wash.
Hakwadawash. Wahakwar Yab. Wahakwar
Wahakwariab. Yeah, Wahakwariab. Yep.
Al Yawa.
You what? Go ahead.
Wa'ath. Ashar. Wabakar.
Yabaquar.
Yabakar.
Yabakar.
Yabakar. Salakia. Yabakar. Bawa. Yaquar Yub. Yaquar Yub.
Yaquar. Yeah.
Al Yawa.
Al Yawa. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Za'ath. Aishwa. Kwakawa. Lakam. Makathwath.
Makathwa. Yep.
Kwarak. Wakal. Idathwa. Verse 7. Wathanwa.
Yeah.
Bahan. Ash. Ash or Asha?
I think that's Ash.
Ash. Washa Yamwa. Al Yahan. Quatarath. Lapanya. Yahweh. Makar. Yahaya. Wahaya. Ha'ayash. Ashar. Yabakar. Yahweh. Hawa'ah. Haquad Wash.
Haquadawash. Oh, yeah. Haquadawash.
Haquadawash. Rabah. Lakam. Bunya. Lawaya.
Right.
Lawya.
Lawya, yeah. Levi.
Come.
You caught that one, didn't you?
Come.
Go ahead.
Verse 8.
I would have read it Lawya too, though.
Come.
But I don't think it's no Lawya.
It's Lawya.
It's Lawya.
It's connected.
It's connected. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come. And Reuben like that too. Ra'alban.
Yeah.
It's connected. Waya Amar. Mashah. Al. Kwarak. Shemaiwa.
You know who that is, right?
That's what that is.
You know who that is, right?
Shemaiwa and Simeon.
Right, Simeon.
That what that is right there, though?
Yeah, Shemaiwa. I think so, ain't it?
It's just Shemaiwa. It don't have a
I'm sorry.
It says Shemaiwa. Na'ah. Bunya. Loya.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's it.
All right, take it back from the English.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 2 in the English. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly, famous in the congregation, men of renown.
Men of what?
Renown.
Men of what?
Renown.
Man, men of high stature, man.
Right.
Men of respected men. Respected. In the Israelite school UPK, there's some men of renown in here. Commander General Hanna is a man of renown. General Hyman is a man of renown. Go ahead.
Like giants.
Yeah, giants. Like, yeah,
Like
well,
that, like I'm saying
like
that
just,
in
the slang, we'd be like, that's a big dog.
Right.
You know how so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we talk in a certain, like, that's how Hebrew is. It's in the slang word. It's Hebrew is hard to understand to the other nations, and that's why people don't understand the Bible, because they took things literally in the Bible, like in Genesis with the serpent. And when Eve spoke to the serpent, people really think there were people made this whole thing about serpents used to walk on two legs back in the day, and people really thought that Eve was really talking to a serpent. When, if you know the word, the way it was written, brothers was saying, man, she was talking to a low down, dirty brother. You know, what I mean, dirty cat.
Right.
Somebody that just deceiving and he's just a snake. He just, all he do is just be deceitful, and that's what that was. It's like when we call people rats. Are we literally calling them rats? We're not literally calling them. And renown is just a word for saying, you know, like high stature or respected. Look up the word renown in dictionary, Baba Gashar. Real quick, give me that word. Renown.
You want the regular definition?
Yeah, just give me the regular definition of a renowned person.
Definition of renown: the condition of being known or talked about by many people. Fame.
Famous. Yeah, you know, pretty much famous. Right. Renowned, you know, like, and people famous because they did something great. Go ahead.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, give me that.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 4. And there were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
Men of renown, you know, they were just known. They were just big dogs, these high, you know, these famous men. Go ahead.
They cut that Christian mumbo jumbo about giants and fallen angels and all of that
fallen
nonsense.
Angels, man. People don't know the Bible, and Commander Junior Highness taught us the Bible, man.
That's right.
No, Eve did not talk to no snake. Okay, you know how crazy that would look to somebody talking to a snake, and a lot of these oppressors in these talk shows and these podcasts are saying now that oh man, you know, like they're pushing this drug infused lifestyle, man.
Right.
They want you to do like it ain't okay to do weed anymore. It's psychedelics, and now you gotta, in order for you to understand God, you gotta pop a damn DMT and Awanashqua. What do they call it? Look, man, you'll be an idiot if you listen to, and that's what Eve did. Right. Eve listened to a man that was telling her to do certain things because she was gonna. Eve listened to a man tell her to do drugs. That's what happened. And you're gonna be just like God, and you're gonna understand what God understands, and you'll be just like God. And that's what the oppressor tells you to this day. He tells you to look, yeah, do psychedelics. It's a guy. I'm not even going to mention his name, but he's pretty famous on this podcast thing. And they always bring guys up, and I watch it because sometimes some of that stuff be interesting to know. And he says stuff like, yeah, you know, what if the people that wrote the Bible were on shrooms? I'm like, man, this cat is ridiculous, man. Right. So don't listen to the snake that's telling you to bite that you know, to eat that forbidden fruit, to eat that, you know, to go against the Lord and sin. And the sin was that they disobeyed the Lord.
That's right.
That's the sin. It ain't about they ain't eating no apple or none of that. That's all misunderstanding on your part from being taught, from our part from being taught Christianity. But the whole thing about this is that this is the Bible is written for men that wrote it, that speak the same, like, you know, to understand. Like they made a whole I think they made a whole and I'm not sure if this is true, Bob. You tell me if I'm right. They made a whole subject in college, and I guess in arts, and of Tupac's poems that he wrote back in the day. I heard that before. Wow. Like, the concrete grew from a road, stuff like that. Okay. They made a whole thing of that, because when Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, when we write things, it's so poetic, it's so, Shakespeare was a brother.
Right.
Like if you listen to some of the Hispanic, poetry, man, you'd be amazed if you could understand it. Because some of that stuff be like, man, what he's saying, but we understand what he's saying.
Come.
Just like really only black people that wrote hip hop, that made hip hop, really understand what they're saying, what they really mean.
Come.
That's why it's so deep. That's what brothers have a whole discussion about who the best rapper and who the greatest lyricist and all of that. Go ahead.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 3. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said unto them, Ye take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and the Most High is among them. Wherefore then lift ye up yourselves above the congregation of the Most High. Verse 4.
He said they came up against Moses.
Come.
He said, you think you're the, now we're known too, we're famous too, but you think you're just this, you think you just a shit. You think you think you're better than us, basically. Seeing that we're all holy, but you think you're better than us. They came up against Moses, because the Lord was with Moses.
Come.
Just like these fake, just like everybody else think that while we say the Israelite School UPK say we're the home of the truth.
That's right.
We're not affiliated with anybody. That if it ain't here, it ain't nothing. And they say, well, who the heck y'all think y'all are? The same thing. The people that was gaining power among the congregation of Israel came up against Moses and said, who you think you are?
Right.
Seeing that we all keep the law. We all wear fringes. Some of us might wear it on our t-shirts, but we all wear fringes. And go ahead, read on.
Come.
And hold on, let me say something. And the Lord said, look, I'm gonna talk to Aaron and to everybody else, through the tabernacle, through the side, but to Moses, how did he speak to Moses? Face to face. The Lord spoke to Moses face to face. He didn't do that with nobody else. Go ahead, Boz. What you were gonna say?
I was just gonna say, and that's why they always coming up against us,
right?
In the UPK, when we say that Commander General Yohana is the only leader for black people,
right? Commander General Yohana, Khan, in the Israelite School UPK since 1969.
That's right.
That's what got me in here. When I seen everybody else, I realized, ain't nobody else.
Right.
Read on.
Khan. Verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. Verse 5. And he spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, Even tomorrow the Most High will shew who are his.
And then he said, and then that broke Moses. That was like, oh man. He's like, all right, tomorrow you'll know who the Lord is, who he's with. Well, go ahead. Who's his? Who belongs to the Lord? Who's on his side?
Right.
Go ahead.
And who is holy? It will cause him to come near unto him. Even him who he hath chosen will he cause to come near unto him. Verse 6. This do take you census, Korah and all his company.
Census. What is that? Read the definition of a censor. What's a censor? I don't know every word. What's censors?
Censer, a container in which incense is burned.
Okay.
Typically during religious ceremony.
So he basically said, take when you burn the franken myrrh. The censer is I think that's what we swing, right? Take the censers. When we put the franken myrrh, we burn the aroma. Go ahead.
Khan.
That was in a what? Oh,
that was the middle of 7.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Salakia. That was the end of 6.
Okay.
Verse 7. And put fire therein, and put incense in them before the Most High tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom the Most High doth choose, he shall be holy. Ye take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. Verse 8. And Moses said unto Korah, Hear, I pray you, ye sons of Levi. That's the end of verse 8.
Let me read. I'm gonna read 4 verses. I'm gonna read 7 verses. The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse
16.
what's it? 16.
Come on.
The book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 9. Wayamar, Mashah, Al, Kwarak, Shemaiah, Naah, Banya, Lawaa, no, Lawya, verse 9. I mean, what is it? Is that verse 9?
I think you read.
I think I read your verse, huh?
Come.
Okay, so Lakia. Verse 9. Hama'ite, Makam, Kaya, Habadya, no, Habadayah, Alahaya, Yasha'ala, Athkam, is Athkam, Ma'aidath, Yasha'ala, Lahakwaryab, Athkam, Alayah, La'ibad, Ibadath, Mashakan, Yahweh, Wala'imad, Lapanya, Ha'ida, Lasharatham, verse 10. Wayakorab, Athak, Wa'ath, Kal, Akayak, Banya, Laoya, Athak, Wakwashatham, Gam, Kahana, verse 11. Lakan, Atha, Wakal, either Thak, Hanai, Dayam, Al, Yahweh, Wa'aran, Maha, Salakia, Hawa'a, Kaya, Halawan, Salakia, Thou, Wanwa. Oh, what happened? What happened? What the heck was that? What was that?
No, good man. Never seen that.
Don't FaceTime us, Bubba Kashar. Don't FaceTime us right now. We're having a Sabbath service. If you got a question, please send them. Put it on a group chat. Put it on a chat. Don't FaceTime us right now. Where was I at? Verse 11.
Verse 11. At Maha. Hawa'a.
Let me see the loss. Atha, Wakal, either Thak, Had Dayam, Al, Yahweh, Waharan, Ma'a, Hawa'a, Kaya, Thala, Wanwa, Ilayah, verse 12. Wayashalak, Masha, Lakorah, La Dathan, Wala Abad, Wala Ab, Wala Bay Salakia, Wala Abayaram, Wala Ab Yaram, Wala Ab Yaram. Does that sound better? Banya, Al, no, Banya, ala Yaab wa Ya'amarwa la'a na'ila. Verse 13. What I'm reading, the 16,
15.
15. Hama'ait kaya ha'aila yanwa ma'arataza zabath kalab wadabash lahama yathanwa bamadabar kaya Thashath Rar Ilayanwa Gam Hashath Rar. Verse 14. Apa? What's that? Help me out on this one, Boz.
Sure. Sure.
Is that the pa?
Either a pa or up. I would say.
I'm saying, is that the pa though?
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay, apa, la'a, al, arataza, zabath, kalab, wadabash, habaya'ath, nawa, wathath, thun, lanawa, na kalath, shada, wakaram, ha'ayyan, salakia, ha'ayyanya, ha'an shayam, haham, thanakwar, la'a, na'ayla. Verse 15. Wa yakar, la masha, ma'ad, wa ya amar, al Yahweh, al Thapan, al Manakatham, la'a, hama'awar, akad, maham, nasha'athya, wala'a, hara'aithaya, ath, akad, maham. Pick it up for the English.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16,
called
verse 9. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you that the Most High of Israel hath separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to do the service of the tabernacle of the Most High, and to stand before the congregation to minister unto them. Verse 10. And he hath brought thee near to him, and all thy brethren, Salaki, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee, and seek ye the priesthood also. Verse 11. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against the Most High. And what is Aaron, that ye murmur against him? Verse 12.
Go ahead.
And Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. Verse 13. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness?
So they're saying, man, instead of, like, they were still mad that they had to leave Egypt. That's why the Lord got rid of some of these people, man. Wicked people that still love oppression. Our people are so used to oppression that even after they've seen all the signs and all the miracles that the Lord could do for us, we still want to go back to the same environment we used to be in. They want to go back like we can't have this in the kingdom of heaven. We can't have people that still love America, man. We can't have it. Because then they're saying, look, it's a small thing, Man, it ain't a light thing. You brought us out of. We was okay in Egypt. It's it's plentiful in Egypt. It flow milk and honey in Egypt. And it's a small thing that you do these things. Go ahead.
Come.
And by the way, these people are religious leaders now. That if this was to happen today, like the way it happened in Egypt, it'd be those same people, them groups saying, man, they'd be mad at Moses. They were mad at Christ for going against the Romans,
Right.
and for healing for changing people's lives, for healing them. They were mad. The Pharisees and the Sadducees were mad at Christ, not because he was all love, but because they were afraid to lose the power that they had from the Romans. Read on.
Come. Except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us.
And then he said, then now you a prince over us. You rule over us. You have power. Read on.
Verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into a land that flows with milk and honey, or given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Wilt thou put out the eyes of these men? We will not come up. Verse 15.
They was against the Lord. They was against Moses. That's these other people out here. I ain't gonna say what they are, but that's everybody that don't want to follow and fall under the UPK, under Commander General Yohana. You got the same spirit that these cats had in the wilderness. The same. You don't build it. You destroy it.
Right.
You don't help build this nation. You help destroy this nation. Because you know where you started at. You know where your teachings come from. You know who brought this up back in 1969. And then you want to go against the powers that the Lord put in place. Just like they did him. That's the same spirit. It sounds just like the same spirit. Read on.
Verse 15. And Moses was very wroth.
Moses was angry. Go ahead.
And said unto the Most High, respect not thou their offering.
Oh man, he said, man, don't. Moses said, man, don't even, man, Lord. Moses is always standing up for the brothers.
Right.
Moses was an extreme brother, man. He loved brotherhood. Moses, that's what he was. He was a brother, man. He stood up for Israel a lot of times when the Lord was ready to destroy the whole nation. Moses was wise in how he spoke to the Lord. But this time he said, man, don't respect that. Don't respect their offering. Go ahead, Boz.
I have not taken one ass from them.
He said, I ain't stolen nothing from these people, man. I haven't absurded any type of authority or stole from them, or just like your Christian pastors today, they take all your money. All your religious leaders take your money and your increase, and don't do nothing for you. There's a billion churches across this nation and across North, South, Central America. All these rich Pentecostal preachers, and on their watch, it's when all the crack epidemic happened, all the cartel epidemic happened, all the murder and all the drug dealing and all the raping and all the molestation. It happened under the watch of our religious leaders.
Right.
And Moses was not like that. And these people were mad at Moses because the Lord chose him to be the leader. The Lord chose Commander General Yohana to be the leader.
Come.
Why can't you understand that?
Right.
Go ahead.
Neither have I hurt one of them. That's it.
All right, now we read what, 4 verses each? 2 verses each?
That was your second one?
No, that was my first one? That was my first one, huh?
I think so.
Okay.
Was it?
I'm not sure. I think that was my second one.
I think it might have been.
Okay.
1 second. Let me see.
No, I think it was my second one. But look, we're going to just go ahead and pick it up from the English. Read 7 more verses in the English.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16, and verse 16. And Moses said unto Korah, Be thou and all thy company before the Most High, thou and they and Aaron, tomorrow. Verse 17. And take every man his censer, and put incense in them, and bring ye before the Most High every man his censer, 250 censers. Thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. Verse 18. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them and laid incense thereon and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. Verse 19. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of the Most High appeared unto all the congregation.
It says the glory of the Most High. You know, like the Lord himself didn't come over here, but his glory did. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the Most High spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, verse 21, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them.
That I may do what?
Consume them.
Is God an all-loving God? Is that who he is? The scripture said that the Lord is a terrible power, man. See, the thing is, this is what changed the mentality of all the brothers in the Israelite school UPK. We understood that the Lord does not love unconditionally.
Right.
He don't love unconditionally. That's a lie. And when we start to understand that the Lord doesn't hear our prayers when we're committing sin, or when we're not trying to become better or fix ourselves, then the Lord, he don't love us. He don't love unconditionally, man. He consumes too. He's a terrible power. He can be very wroth. Like what you see on this earth going on and all this destruction and all, that's the spirit of the Lord. That's the spirit of the Lord that's said to do evil. Meaning warfare, meaning destruction, meaning tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. Like that's the Lord. And the Lord told Moses, man, separate yourself. Get away from these men that I can consume them. Go ahead.
In a moment.
Uh-huh.
Verse 22. And they fell upon their faces and said, O Most High, O Yahweh, the power of the spirits of all flesh.
You can say God. You can read, because people are listening. You can say God.
Okay, come on. And they fell upon their faces and said, O God, the God of the spirits of all flesh.
The God of what?
The spirits of all flesh.
Go ahead.
Shall one man sin, and wilt thou be wroth with all the congregation?
He said, man, look, you about to punish all of these people for the sin of one person? Go ahead.
This is the next set of 7.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 23. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24, speaking to the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Verse 25, and Moses rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. Verse 26, and he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men.
And he said, look, get away from these people murmuring against, get away from the people that are against the Lord. And that's what we got to do. We got to separate from America. We got to separate from the society.
That's right.
From the thoughts of the society, from the culture of the society, and we got to separate from our leaders. And in the Black and Hispanic, the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, and the real reality is that our religious leaders are who lead us, who we follow. Really, most of us, we follow astrology, we follow Catholicism, we follow every religion, and those are the people that rule our lives, and those are the people that are going to get us killed.
That's right.
And that's what the Lord was saying, man. Get away from these wicked men. Read on.
Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Verse 27. So they get up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram.
And these are the people that were talking smack about Moses and Aaron. Go ahead.
On every side. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little children. Verse 28. And Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Most High hath sent me to do all these works.
And that's why Commander General Hana is so powerful here in the Israelite School UPK. Because we know that the Lord sent Commander General Yohana, man.
That's right.
That the Lord chose this school. We're undefeated. We haven't lost. Read on.
For I have not done them of mine own.
You know why? Because Commander General Yohana is a brother, man. General Yohana is not a wicked man. General Yohana has been the most brotherly person I ever met. Because he followed Christ. Read on.
Verse 29. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then the Most High hath not sent me.
He said, if these men die the common death of all men, meaning if they just die like normally, read on. He said, then the Lord didn't send me for this. Go ahead.
It's the last set of 7.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 30. But if the Most High make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth.
He said, and Moses is a prophet. And the Lord spoke to Moses, like, these men die like it just like how men die, like, I don't know, they get, you know, they get sick, or they die like normal men, like a common death.
All right.
You know, what's a common death today? Coronavirus is a common death, but you know, we know the Lord doing that, but what's a common death? High blood pressure, a heart attack. A heart attack is pretty common. A lot of people get heart attacks out here. A car accident?
Okay.
You know, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, gang violence is common death. But anyway, in that time, whatever that common death was, Moses said, if they die like that, then the Lord didn't send me. This is all my doing. Go ahead. But if what?
But if the Most High make a new thing, and the earth open her mouth, and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit, then ye shall understand that these men have provoked the Most High.
And then if these men die like this, when the earth open her mouth, when the earth open and they get consumed with everything, they whole family and everybody, then just know that they made the Lord extremely angry. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And it came to pass as he had made an end of speaking all these words.
And one more thing. What's so wrong with the Lord being if we're created in the Lord's image and we have all the emotions, we have, as individuals, we have all kind of emotions. We get angry, we get sad, we get wroth, we get angry. So what's so wrong with the Most High having those same type of emotions?
Right.
Or having that type, or those same types of characteristics. That's the misconception that we think that the Lord doesn't do. Nowhere here did it said that the devil did this. Did it? When we're in the Christian religion, we always blame the things that are wrong, the evil things that happen to us, deaths, everything that is to our eyes extreme and sorrowful. We look at it as the devil. Oh, the devil did it. Right. Oh no, it's the devil that's causing all these wars. No, it's the devil's why the little children are dying. It's the devil. No, the devil didn't open up the mouth of the earth. Never, not once does it mention that the devil did it. Not once. It was the Lord himself. That's right. The Lord himself opened the earth. His commandments. When the Lord give an order, that's what's going to get done. If the Lord said, let Ukraine and Russia fight to the death, that's what's going to happen. If the Lord said, let it be a disease that kill everybody, but except for these people, let that happen. If the Lord said, until these people start obeying me, they're going to keep dying, and the gang violence and the drug addiction, then that's what's going to happen. That is the Lord. There's a scripture that says that the Lord killeth and maketh alive. That he wound and healeth. It's nothing. There's no devil. There's a Satan. You don't have the understanding of the Bible, man. Nobody stands up against the Lord. against the Most High. He has no enemy. I mean, he has no adversary in a way like he can be defeated. You can become an enemy of the Lord. You sure can. But nothing in the fourth dimension where the Lord dwelleth stands up and goes against the Lord. That whole the angel, the devil fought against God, that's a lie. It's a whole myth. We can debunk it. We can debunk the Bible. Go ahead. So who did the devil do it by us? It was the Lord's anger that did it.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 31, and it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them. Verse 32, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses and all the men that appertained unto Korah and all their goods. Verse 30.
Well, how many more verses are there left?
36.
All right, go ahead. Read it. This is the last set of 7?
Come.
All right, go ahead. And all their goods.
And all their goods. Verse 33. They and all that appertain to them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation.
Now, was that the devil that did it by us? Did the devil do that by us? The devil didn't do that, brother. Sisters, you got to understand, when something is going on with your life and it's atrocious, especially if you belong to the children of Israel, know that it's the Lord.
That's right.
It's all the curses that he said will happen to us as a nation. Drug addiction, single parent homes, what is it? Police brutality,
mass
incarceration, high blood pressure. All of that is from the Lord. The Lord made those things happen to us because we were disobedient when we left. Our forefathers disobeyed. Read on.
Verse 34. And all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also.
They got the hell away from that. It's like, man, hell no. Let's get away from here because there's some killing going on right now. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 35. And there came out a fire from the Most High and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. Verse 36. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, that's it.
And then the Lord consumed them with fire also, man. The Lord is a terrible power, man. I don't want to displease the Lord. I want to serve the Lord. And when I'm doing wrong, I'm going to get back in here and I'm going to stay in here.
That's right.
And I'm going to confess my sins. And I'd rather let the men of the Lord tell me my judgment and correct me and discipline me than be out there without the Lord and go against the Lord and somebody put bullets in my body, man, and be consumed like these wicked men did, man. Come into Israelite school, UPK, man. Come learn how to serve Christ and the most high in Christ, so that we don't be consumed like these men did. And if you're out there and you still talking about Commander General Yohana and the men of the UPK, man, you better change that spirit.
That's right.
You better do it. You better do it because the Lord will consume you. The Lord will show you who He's with. The Lord will show you that He's with the Israelite school UPK, man. There's only one body. There wasn't a lot of. There wasn't too many other Israelites separated from. It was Moses and the children of Israel. There wasn't no separate. None of this, none of that. It was one body. The Lord chooses leaders. That's who He set. And you know them by their fruits. You know them how they conduct themselves. And the Israelite school UPK, man, we conduct ourselves accordingly, man. All right. Anything you got to say, Boz? With that,
Majim, you need to stand. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Baraka Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Baraka Yah.
No, put it down.
Wapan Ya Akwadum, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash,
Kodash.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Shemka,
Shemka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Malakwaka,
Malathwathka.
Daba'ah,
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka,
Ratazaka.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Barataza,
Baharataza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Hayah,
Hayah.
Bashemayim,
Bashamayim.
Nathalanawa,
Nathalanawa.
Lakam,
Lakam.
Cow,
Cow.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Basalakanawa,
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawathnawa,
Kawawathnawa.
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawathinawa,
Kawawathinawa.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Tabayanawa,
Tabayanawa.
Banasaya 1,
Manasaya 1.
Abal,
Abal.
Hawashanawa,
Awashanawa.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Rai,
Rai.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Laka,
Laka.
Amalakwa,
Hamalakwa.
Baha'ala,
Waha'ala.
Wathapara,
Wahatapara.
Lawalami,
Lahawalamium.
Aman,
Amma in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it.
This is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
Baba Kusha,
Baba Kusha,
Lathalanawa,
Lathalanawa,
Hakat,
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 Larapa'ah,
Larapa'ah,
Ka Makala,
Ba'aka Makala,
Waka Marawa,
Ba'aka Marawa,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Lahakwi,
Lahakium,
Hamathyam,
Hamathium,
Hakat,
Hakat,
Arakawath,
Arakawath,
Hamata'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Ba'ashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
the water Aman.
Tawarama in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
This is the prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Yahushai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Mataza B'Yah.
Mataza B'Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawap.
Ha Alawapium.
Hasaranyim.
Hasaranyim.
Ha Kwatazayanyim.
Ha Kwatazayanyim.
Ha Kayoyim.
Ha Kayoyim.
Wa Ha Kwatiyim.
Wa Ha Gwathium.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Michael. That's like it. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushai. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahariam.
Ahahariam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isariah.
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 Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'arataza.
Waharataza.
Al Yathan.
Al Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al Yanawam.
Al Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al Yad.
Al Yad.
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashemash,
Hashemash,
La'a,
La'a,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Walayala,
Walayala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makaurai,
Makaurai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Athnapashka,
Avnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Taza'athka,
Taza'athka,
Wabawa'aka,
Wabawa'aka,
Mayatha,
Mayatha,
Wa'idai Walam.
I will in English. I will lift up mine
I
eyes
will lift up mine eyes
unto the hills,
to the hill.
from whence cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help coming from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not
will
slumber.
not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Yasha'Allah
that keepeth Yahshua
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve
from all evil.
thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming
and
in
thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time
and
forth,
even forevermore.
even forevermore. This is Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Dama Yalaka,
Al-Dama Yalaka,
Al-Dakarash,
Al-Takarash,
Wa Al-Dashakwat,
Wa Al-Tashakwat,
Al,
Al,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyika,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimaka,
A'imaka,
Ya'irayamwa,
Yawayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'itazawa,
Ya'itazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magalia,
Magalia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Shamya Sha'ala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa,
Nawa'itazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al-Yaka,
Alyaka,
Baryath,
Bariath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahalia,
Ahalia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagarium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Wayamawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Wayamalak,
Palashath,
Palashath,
Anyashabia,
Amyashavia,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashwar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Lanawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Sarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanyalawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadia,
Kamadium,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sarai,
Kayabian,
Kayabium,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Koyashwan,
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayandara,
Bahayanda Ara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nadayamawa,
Nadab Yamawab,
Kairab,
Kayarab,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakaza Abba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazal,
Wakatazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Kanasayakamu,
Kaya Nasiyakamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nayarasha,
Nairasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af,
Ath,
Na'awath,
Awath,
Alahayam,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Kagalgala,
Kagagala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Ka'ash,
Kaash,
Taba'ira Ya'ira,
Tabaya'ira Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Kan,
Khan,
Tharadapma,
Thabadatma,
Basa'iraka,
Basa Irika,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapathka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyahum,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahawa,
Adya'ai,
Aryai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayapawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kaya Atha,
Kayatha,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labatka,
Labadka,
Al-Yawan,
Ayawam,
Al-Kaharataza.
Arkaharataza. In English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, and hold not thy peace, O Yahweh. So like it, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they had consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, as Seba and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Sorry. Men of Israel. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Shim Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shim Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Matah. Dismissed.
All right, shalom, Yahweh Shim Yahshua Barakatah to everybody, all Israel brothers and sisters. Tomorrow we're going to have a feast day here in the Kannapolis School, Charlotte School, at 1539 North Ridge Avenue, Kannapolis, North Carolina, man. 7 p.m. Don't miss it, man. We're going to have food. It's going to be a big feast. This is where you find true brotherhood, true sisterhood. You come join us, man. And today we're going to have camp at the corner of North Trine and Trade in Charlotte, North Carolina. With that, shalom.